Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Today, my guest star is Karen with A Yarn Addict with Karen. And for those that are watching on replay, I want to welcome you. And also leave a comment to let us know that you're watching the replay. And also feel free to answer any questions in the comments that we asked today. And in about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to let Karen tell y'all more about herself and her channel. Let's see, who do we have in the chat so far? We have Teresa and also Nadine and Angela. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? And also let us know if y'all can hear us okay. I know Karen was having some audio trouble before we started going live. Yeah, we came live. So hopefully we got that all fixed. And let's see. Teresa saying that it's hard to work when she just wants to nap when it's raining out my window. I work from home. So it's raining in your area too, Teresa? Because we're supposed to get rain for like a week straight with this tropical storm. And it's just dreary looking. It's like everything just feels sticky right now. And like the rain just makes me want to nap. So I think I was napping from 1 to 4 today. Teresa says, thank God for coffee. Yeah, I should have drank mine this morning. And Nadine can't wait to see everyone's beautiful work. Her PT trainer just showed up. She might miss the whole thing now. Aww. I've been waiting for her for hours, and now she shows, oh well, sending love. Aww. Well, I hope you still get to watch it. Or at least watch on replay. Okay, and Angela's saying that she's almost done knitting her stitch marker holder. Oh, awesome. And even Teresa saying she needs to make a stitch marker holder too. Okay. Okay, so everyone can hear us fine so far? Okay. And Teresa saying rainy day there too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready for some sunshine. And let's see. I always have trouble saying your name, Marina. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Mori. It's like my mouth don't want to say it right. And let's see, Crystal and Denine's here too. How are y'all doing today? So how are you doing today, Karen?
I'm doing real good.
Good, glad to hear. That is true. You did say to call you Linda. Okay. So how are you doing today, Linda? But yeah, like I was saying, it's been rainy here. I want some sunshine.
Been a rainy day here.
So let's see. I guess we'll go ahead and I'll have you tell everyone about yourself now and your channel, and if you want to show some whips or finished projects or whatever you want to share with everyone.
Okay. Well, I hope everybody can hear me okay. Because I don't know much about the StreamYard, so I'm just kind of doing this, trying.
Right now it sounds fine, but before backstage, Karen was having a lot of problems with her audio, so hopefully everything stays good.
Okay, well, good. Teresa said she could hear me, so I hope everybody can hear me. Well, I'm Karen, and I'm a yarn addict. That's basically me. uh, no, I have my channel. I love showing everybody all the yarn I get, and I love showing, the things I crochet with it. Which here lately, my crocheting has been kind of lacking. I'll show y'all one thing that I'm working on right now. It's it's my blanket I showed Monday night on mine. Whoop, I'm gonna start pulling it out here. Didn't have my yarn up here with me. Um, this is just a colorful blanket for a reason too that my daughter wanted. So it's, I guess, a blanket of colors.
That is beautiful.
But that's what I'm working on right now. Um, I'm making cascade yarn, and it's Avalon, which is a cotton acrylic mix, but it's just yarn. I hate to be making up, a yarn that is pink, but I love the yarn, so go on and make. But it's that's mainly I've got a duster for my sister working on it slow going.
Hold up just a minute, Karen. You're skipping on my end. Like when you're talking, it kind of skips again. Is anyone else? Yeah, Crystal saying you sound choppy.
I don't know if it's because, let me move you over to this side and see if it picks me up better. That sound better?
Right now it's sounding better, but it does kind of seem like you sound better for a little while and then it goes back.
Okay.
Let's,
Maybe if I talk slower.
I know sometimes like leaving the live stream and coming back, sometimes that works.
Okay, do you want me to, am I still sounding choppy to everybody?
Talk a little bit more. So
Hey, y'all, Teresa and Amanda and Crystal. Okay, leave the yard. Crystal said to leave it and come back. Let me do that then. Let's see how to leave.
okay, so I'm waiting for her to come back. So I want to welcome Teresa Burke Dukes and also Amanda. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? And let's see, where did I leave off on the chat? I think everyone's just telling each other hello. Amanda saying she's okay, got a shot from the doctor yesterday. Yeah, shots are no fun. Okay, here's Karen. Okay, you're back. Welcome back. Now you have no audio. I can't hear you at all. Poor Karen. We're trying to get things going. Let's see. I don't know what.
Can you hear me, Connie?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. Am I sounding okay?
So far, so good.
I'll probably, let me, I don't even know which side the camera's on. Okay. How is everybody?
It's doing it again. Now,
Oh,
the only other thing I could think of would be to reboot your phone and then try to come back.
okay. Let me just get completely out and come back.
Okay. So Karen's gonna try to reboot and come back. So hopefully this will work. Okay, let's see. And Teresa loves the Avalon yarn that Karen was showing. Yeah, I agree. That's pretty. It is pretty. Okay. Oh, hi, Zach. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? Oh, and Amanda says she got done with the 6 foot scarf, working on an infinity scarf now. Then the order for the paying customer will be done. Oh, awesome. And Linda says, I just finished making a gremlin and I'm knitting my first sock ever. Oh, awesome. And yeah, so how are you liking knitting socks? Because like I knitted my first pair a while back. So it was a learning experience. And are you using the Crazy Sock Ladies tutorial? And are you doing the 9 inch circular? And Teresa says, doing fine, working on dollies right now. And let's see. And Amanda says, I go see an RA specialist tomorrow. Hopefully they can get to the bottom of my pain issue. Yeah, I hope they do too. And Nisi's here. Hi, Nisi. How are you doing today? Yeah, Crystal's working on her second pair of socks. And she's addicted to it now. One thing I may try to do, if depending on how fast I get my projects done, but I am thinking about trying to knit a pair of Halloween socks and possibly a pair of Christmas socks for Christmas time. And Zach says, I'm good. I'm currently working on a diamond painting, and a pesky fly won't leave me alone. Oh, and let's see. Okay, yes to both questions. And so far, you're loving it. Awesome, Linda. It's a vanilla sock. Yeah, that's what I did for my first. I did the 9 inch circular. Then when I got to the heel, I used two 9 inch for the heel port. Then I went back to the circular, and then I used the was it magic loop method for the toe decreases. Okay, I'm sending you the link, Karen. Okay, I just put it in the chat, Karen. Yeah, Crystal did her short, but she used the same tutorial. And really, I do want to try to make some short socks too. But like I said, I have so much that I want to make. It's just when I get to it. Okay, here's Karen. Hopefully this worked. Welcome back again.
We're going to try again.
Okay. So you want to go ahead and tell everyone about yourself and all again?
Okay. I'm going to try. I'm getting a lot of echo, but if nobody else, it's okay.
It started. It started again. And I don't know what else to do.
I don't know. I thought maybe doing it this way.
We'll give it a little more time, and hopefully it works itself out.
Let me see what settings we're on.
Hi, Spring. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? Yeah, just bear with us. Karen's been having a lot of audio difficulties, so we're trying to get everything on the up and up with that. And Niece is saying, I'm finishing up a hand stitch rag quilt. Then I'm starting on crocheting pumpkins. Ooh, nice. And Amanda says, anyone else having issues getting order in from Lion Brand? I haven't ordered from them lately. But if anyone has, leave a comment to let Amanda know. Have you ordered from Lion Brand lately, Karen? She may not hear me. I'm not sure.
This is everything's echo.
Do you have all your other tabs closed out?
Yeah, I thought I did. Let me go. I hate doing this.
The only other thing I can think that you could try is using earbuds or like headphones.
Let me see.
I'm going to read some of the comments while you play around. And Linda's saying, I only have a 9-inch circular, so I have to figure out how to do it all. It's a number one, so tiny. Yes. When my first pair of knitted socks, like especially getting that first one started, it felt like you were like doing nothing. It was like nothing to grab. So it took a while to get used to the feel. But like I said, there's different methods for it all. So you might just have to find what works best for you. But really making socks, the hardest part is the heel. But even that's not that difficult. And let's see. Crystal says, I do 5 rows. Oh, she just disappeared, Karen. We'll see what happens. Okay, Crystal says, I do 5 rows of ribbing and 5 rows of knitting and then go into the heel flap. Okay, I'm going to keep that in mind because I may try doing a short one at some point. Oh, and Christina's here. Your name is Christina, right? I think I have it right. But how are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? Linda says, I'm not making the longer socks either, Crystal. I don't wear long socks. But the one thing is like the longer socks, it's like they feel like more hot. But then they may come in handy for the winter because like my feet get cold easily. So, oh, hi Andrea, how are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? Spring says she's working on trying to read. I had eye surgery today, so my eyes are a tad swollen and bruised. Oh, well, I hope you feel better soon, Spring. Okay. Yeah. She did, yeah, Karen did reboot everything, which I'm not sure. Let's see if she's come back in the chat. I don't know what's going on now that she disappeared again. And Christina says, I feel you, Spring. I had my bone graft yesterday, so speaking and talking are difficult. Oh, well, I hope you feel better too, Christina. And Linda says, yes, it was a struggle getting started. I'm past the cuff now and about 11 rows into the sock. Yeah, and the more you go, it gets easier. Like I'm knitting my first shawl using number one weighted yarn, and like I was kind of worried how difficult that would be, but I haven't had any issues. It's like now it doesn't feel awkward with the number one weighted yarn, but it does seem like it takes longer to make it. Like I feel like I've been knitting for so long and my project still looks small. Where if I was using number four weighted, it would be a lot larger right now. Teresa says, I've been doing tie-up socks. Well, I'm going to have to check that out, Teresa. Okay, I was right with your name. Okay, good. It's like I have so many names that I keep track of, and it's like sometimes I'll start confusing different people's names, or my mind just goes blank. But I try to remember everyone's names the best I can. Okay, Karen's back. Hello again.
Hi, let's see if I'm working now.
So far, so good.
Okay, well, we're going to try. If I, I don't know how these earbuds are a little bit, I'm afraid they're going to mess up halfway through here. Well, I'm working on that blanket, and that's about it right now. I had to keep my granddaughter Hazel yesterday, and come to find out she has strep throat now after having COVID last week.
Oh no. I hope they get
Right.
better.
Well, I think she will. She feels a little better today. So, how am I sounding to everybody out there?
Yeah, and even from the comments I've been reading in the chat, a lot of people seem like they've been having stuff going on, surgeries and not feeling good.
Oh, it's just, hey, Miguel, you say I sound clear now? Well, good. Maybe
Yeah,
this
so
will work.
it sounds good so far. And I want to
Okay.
say hi to Miguel, Ellie, and Cynthia. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? So sorry, we've had some technical difficulties on this live, but we're getting through it.
Well, I'm so sorry, Connie, and I'm sorry, y'all out there.
Oh, it happens, Karen. Like I was telling you before, I had a bad experience where I was trying to go live, and I think it took at least 20 minutes before I got my problem figured out where I had to restore it, and because I was sounding all robotic.
Well, hopefully now I'll make it through the rest of it. Hopefully. We'll knock on wood down here.
And that's the thing with live streaming. It's like you don't have as good a quality as what you do with regular videos.
Right. You
Because as it
don't.
is, I find when I listen to my lives, like I kind of find I have like this slight like echoey sound.
Yeah, I think that just, I don't know, it's a little different for whatever reason. And when you're doing just a regular video will sound a little different than, when you're doing a live. So I don't know why.
But I know, and even like just like the quality of the video, like the colors and all, like you'll see like
Yeah.
distortion and or like people
Yeah.
will disappear and come back.
Well, hopefully I'll stay right now and we'll be able to do this.
But it's sounding awesome now.
Well, good. Okay.
And let's see. Oh, there are a couple of things that I do want to mention to everybody. Um, I've decided that I'm going to do a video, and I'm planning to do it. Let's see, I wrote it down on Thursday. September 23rd. I want to do a video with all my Yarny friends' pet pictures. And some of y'all have already been sending me pictures. So if y'all want y'all pet pictures included on my videos, on that video, send them to me. You can either email me, and I forgot to put my email up. Okay, there it is. It's scrolling right now, and it's also in the description box of all my videos. And also in my Facebook group, I made a post where y'all can post y'all pictures for that video too. So y'all can either do it either way. And I think I'm going to start doing that with my Yarny friends finished projects too. Because I have been doing it in my Crochet Tuesday and Knitting Friday videos. But I think I'm going to start doing a separate video once a month for that too. So if y'all have finished projects y'all want in that video, do the same thing. Either email me or post them in my Facebook group, which I'm going to make a new post for that. So when y'all have something y'all want on the video, just post it on that thread. So let's. You were about to say something, Karen?
I was just going to say that's a real neat idea. So.
Yeah, because the funny thing is that whenever I was filming my last Crochet Tuesday video, I had some people submit pictures of their pets. And I even had their that written down in my notepad. And I'm filming, and I totally forgot that while I was filming.
Oh,
and I go to start editing my video, and I'm like, I forgot that. I'm like, I don't feel like going back and filming again. I'm like, I think I'm just going to do a separate video. And I'm like, yeah, I like that idea.
Well, I forget things all the time, and I don't edit. I just film a video, and you get me. So everything I forget, I'm like, oh well, next video, I'll do it.
Yeah, and like grocery shopping and stuff, I'll make a list and I'll overlook something on my list. So even having stuff written down, I can still forget.
I can too. So.
And let's see, Mel and Isola's here. Hi, how are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? Okay, so do you want to ask the first question, Karen?
Oh. Do you want me to do what now? That didn't.
Ask the first question.
Of these questions here?
Yeah.
You want me to answer what?
Yeah. When you ask a question, you answer it, then I will. And then I have some questions that I'll ask, and I'll answer after I ask, and then you will.
Okay. That sounds great. What has been the most challenging project that you have either crocheted or knitted? Well, I don't knit. I just crochet. So I think my most challenging project was last year. I did the crochet along with J Hook Crochet, and she did the shawl that was the Sis Love, I believe, was who did the pattern. Beautiful shawl. It was a half circle shawl, and it had so much detail, but it was a chart and it had a lot of written instructions too. And I love working off a chart because I'm more of, I love to be able to see the stitches and exactly what they're asking for. But just getting all the detail in that shawl and just, I guess, wanting to make sure I did it right, to be able to enter her crochet along. But it turned out beautiful. I love it. But I kind of was nervous the whole time making it. But I really love it. So.
Awesome. Now for me, for knitting, I would go with this Hort shawl that I knitted. Morley Bird has the video tutorial, and I've talked about this shawl quite a few times. But like I had a hard time like figuring the pattern out, and and when I first saw the pattern, there was no video tutorial. And all of a sudden, I later discovered that Morley Bird had put one out. So I was all excited. I started trying to do the shawl, and I was still struggling because I don't know, like the pattern is kind of like all over the place. How you got it, and I don't know because like it'll have you like on certain rows, then it'll tell you like to do this where you got to go back somewhere else and then go back like a different. And I don't know. It took a while for me to figure out what was going on, but once I did, then I had it.
Yeah.
Now for crochet, it's kind of two projects that have been, I find kind of even keel on the challenge. The ocean blanket that I did, where I had all those sea animal appliques, and that was it was a very time consuming project, and like those appliques had so many pieces that you had to like sew together. Like a lot of them had like 15 pieces.
Oh,
it was
goodness.
crazy.
And that was beautiful, though.
Thank you. And I never thought I would get it finished.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I'm working on that peppermint blanket that Mikey has the video tutorial for from Crochet Crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it took me a while to get that down, like where you were going, because that's one that it's not like crocheted like a regular project. You're kind of all over because like you're working with two different colors, and it was really a learning experience for me. But once you get it, then you know what you're doing. But that would be my answers.
Okay. The next question is, how long have you been crocheting or knitting, and how did you learn?
Actually, hold up just a minute, Karen. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to give some time. Like, I'm going to read some of the comments because people answered the question in the chat.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll ask the next question.
Okay.
Let's see. Oops, I'm hitting the wrong button. I don't know what I hit. Andrea says she finished the big scrap granny square. Now I am working on a Connect As You Go granny square blanket. Ooh, that sounds interesting. And let's see. Try to scroll down. Oh, Mary's here too. Hi, Mary. How are you doing today? And hopefully I've greeted everybody and I haven't missed anyone. Oh, you want me to, your small dog? Okay. Send me a message to remind me that so I don't forget. Yeah, I saw Stuart. Stuart's a beautiful kitty. It's like I've fallen in love with all of y'all pets. Okay, let's see. Everyone's telling each other hello. I'm trying to get to the actual comments. Ellie says, working on a couple of hats. I want to start a blanket for my mother-in-law. Oh, that'll be nice. And let's see. Okay. I don't think anyone answered the question. Let us know in the chat What was your most challenging project that you've worked on so far? Yeah, what would Christina, what was the project that you've crocheted or knitted that's been the most challenging? And Christina says, I have a YouTube shot of my cat taking me for a walk. Aw. And Chris is here. Hi, Chris. How are you doing today? Yeah, the rain has all my cats all sleepy today too. Crystal says her Tunisian blanket has been the most challenging. I want to learn Tunisian crochet.
Mhm.
Have you tried it, Karen?
No, I want to.
Yeah, I want to give me some of the hooks and try to learn. Isla said most challenging has been wearables like crochet cardigans and sweaters never fit right. Yeah, and that's one reason why I haven't like done any of the wearables like that because like I don't know, to me sizing sounds like it'd be hard to get right. And Angela says knitting stitch marker holder. And Chris says Ash Ashton's shawl is seeing as I have yet to start it. You got it started, Chris? And let's see, Teresa says most challenging was probably The Queen by Tina Mosaic, which I haven't finished. Yeah, and so many of y'all have been doing the mosaic crochet, which is something that I eventually want to learn how to do. Have you done any mosaic, Karen?
No.
Chris says I got the procrastination. Yeah, I can be bad for that too. And Deborah's here. Hi, Deborah. How are you today? And what are you currently working on? Okay. So I'm going to ask the next question.
Okay.
Okay. What type of music are you into? Well, I love the 80s music. I think that's like my favorite. The 90s I got more into like a country kick, like Garth Brooks, Reba McEntire. Um, let's see, like like the '80s, Pat Benatar, Bon Jovi, Alanis Morissette is one I like. Uh, Meredith Brooks, Debbie Gibson. I mean, there's so many that I love, but that's usually what I listen to the most. Like it's '80s stuff. How about you, Karen?
I've got to where I don't listen to much of it. I'm a very boring person. um, when I do country music, but it's the older country music, and then a lot of the old gospel music. I love listening to it too. So,
Let's see. Chris says '80s. Yes, '80s. Who are your favorites from the '80s, Chris? And let's see. Oh, Granny D's here. Hi, Granny D. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? Teresa says if I listen, it's Christian Clove. I've never heard of him. What type of music does he play? And Isola says I like jazz. Vince, I'm probably going to say this wrong. Guardini Trio, Ella Fitzgerald, and also listen to '70s folk and Bob Dylan. And Mel says she likes '80s and '90s music. Yeah, most of what I really listen to tends to be from the 80s and 90s. After that, it's kind of just here and there. Like if I happen to notice a song, but I don't really listen to the radio and stuff like how I used to when I was younger. Oh, Teresa says Clove is a radio station. Chris says I like some weird names, 80 bands, of course, Cyndi Lauper. Oh yeah, good old Cyndi Lauper. Girls just want to have fun. She Bob, which that's a very naughty song. Um, let's see, what was the other one that's Time After Time. And Granny D says doing fab, working on David Browning's Granny D mustard shawl. Oh, sweet. Oh, and Christina wants to know how was your potato, Granny D. Oh, and oops, Isla wants to know if anyone still listens to vinyl. No, I don't. Do you, Karen?
Occasionally, I have a lot.
Teresa says, but all kinds. My husband listens too loud. That reminds me when I used to go to this gym. There was one of the aerobics instructors, and I loved her class. Like she would play her music really loud, and like she always had music with a good beat. But like some people didn't like it because I mean, when she did her class, you could hear her music all over in that gym. She was loud.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. If anyone would like to be a moderator for my lives, let me know. I could always use more moderators. And let's see. Ooh, Grady D has some leftover Alfredo noodles. Mmm. Elise says we had the best music in the 80s. Yep, I agree. But I think that's more like what generation you grew up in.
Mhm.
Like some think like the 70s had the best music, or the 60s or the 50s, and then some think like the 2000s. Granny D says she don't have a record player anymore. Okay. You want to go ahead and ask the next question, Karen?
Is it my second one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
It's all good.
how long have you been crocheting or knitting, and how did you learn? I've been crocheting since I was 13 years. Well, it was around time I turned 14, I think, somewhere in there. And I'm 63 now. So, you know, um, I learned because my sister had learned, and I just had to know, how to do it. And she's left-handed and I'm right-handed, but she taught me to crochet. So, um, as the years went on, I had to adjust some of her stitches she taught me, but I think I worked it all out okay. So,
For me, like I'm actually left-handed, but I crochet right-handed.
uh,
But for me, with knitting, I've been knitting for I think 2 years and 4 months now, and I learned off of fiber expressions tutorials on YouTube. Then crochet. Now I did try crochet probably about like 5 years or so ago, and like I did not know what I was doing at all.
mhm.
And I did not get forward with it. I gave up. But then I tried again. Well, this month makes a year that I've been crocheting, and I learned from what you oh, I can't think of what you call it. It's one of those subscriptions that you can get where they have like the promo specials where I think I got it for about $3 for a year. And that and it's escaping my mind what it's called. But they were lessons by Selena Baca.
Oh.
And I did her lessons. Craftsy, that's the name of the site. But I did Selena Baca's, and I mean she is thorough. I mean, you will know how to count your stitches. You will know exactly how many chains you need to do, how many stitches to skip at after the beginning chain. I mean, she's thorough. And once I did her lessons, it all came together, and it was easy for me to learn. But And it's funny, like most people, I always hear the people saying how they find knitting is confusing and more difficult to learn. And I was the opposite. Like to me, knitting was more straightforward. It's like you finish that last stitch on your needle, you were done with the row. You just turn your needle over and start it again. But with crochet, it's like, okay, what do I do at the end of the row? Help, help. And let's see, where did I leave off? Okay, Granny D said that she loved 70s rock as that decade was her heyday. And let's see. But Crystal says, I listen to 50 to 70s music, pop, rock, some hip hop, no country music for me. And Teresa says Shondi has good tutorials. Yeah, that's her name from Fiber Expressions. Yeah. And like I love how it's like she's like unique. I don't know. You just have to watch her. Yeah. Okay. And Isola says about 1980, a book came out for kids to learn crochet. I learned from that. Awesome. Granny D loves Shondi too. She's cute, talented. Love the yarn from her shop also. Yeah, and like I said, she has like this uniqueness to her.
Yeah, she does. She's cute as can be.
Crystal says, I learned crochet from my grandmother and YouTube. Learned to knit from my grandmother. So how is Mama today? And Isola says, I learned to knit from lessons, books, and YouTube. Oh, bye, Ellie. I hope you have a good night. And Teresa said, that's pretty cool how you were able to learn from your sister that was left-handed, Karen. That is neat. Because I know, like whenever I was very young, like one time my stepmom tried to show me crochet, but again, like I couldn't get anywhere at all because it's like I was left-handed and right-handed trying to show a left-hander, and like I don't know, like certain things, it really is confusing to reverse it. That's why sometimes I just learn to do things right-handed. Sometimes it's easier.
Well, she started letting me do granny squares.
Crystal says Mama's doing good. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question. Okay. Would you say that you're more of an extrovert or an introvert, and why? I'm more of an introvert. I get shy when I'm around people, and I don't know, like, you know, I've just been more better off like if I'm around like one friend than like a group of people. But it's funny, like I find a lot of people that have YouTube channels say they're introverts, but we're all on YouTube. So how about you, Karen?
I'd say I was an extrovert completely. I just, I'm going to be the first one to start talking and, and the last one to quit. So
I'm not like usually like people have to come up to me and start talking to me to get me talking. And I wish I could just go up to people and just start conversations easily, but I've always struggled with that. And let's see. Chris says introvert. Granny D's an extrovert. And Crystal says introvert unless I am mad. I show that. Isola says I get tongue tied around a lot of people. Yeah. And it's like I just like I don't know what to say when I'm around a lot of people. So let's see. Teresa says a huge introvert. And Spring a total extrovert. And let's see. Trying to think of what all I need to share with y'all that oh yeah, I didn't you know how I had mentioned to y'all about how the cardiologist thinks that Frank has a blood clot in his leg? Well, yeah, he has venous stasis in his legs, and they did surgery on the first leg. And actually, when they were doing the surgery, they noticed that he had a blood clot developing in that leg. And so, but like before that surgery, like his leg was getting infected and hurting, and now his other leg is doing that. And he went to the cardiologist Monday, and the cardiologist said they think, that he thinks he has a blood clot. But at first we're like, okay, what are you doing about it though? All he said was about wound care for his leg with the infection and trying to bump him up to urgent on the list for a surgery instead of semi-urgent. But today we got the call that he did schedule him to get ultrasounds on his legs. So, so once he gets those results, there's a good chance we'll hear more from him. But that's the thing. Sometimes he don't always say what he's going to do. Let's see.
well, I hope everything works out with that.
Yeah, I mean, everything should be fine once they do the surgery on the other leg. But just ready for that stuff to get finished with. And Teresa saying she's better one-on-one for me. Yeah, that's how I am. Even like on my lives, I like having like one other person with me. Like, I don't usually do like the big panels, with a bunch of people. The only time we do that is for the 5 Yarnaholics once a month. But speaking of which, that's going to be Sunday, I think the 26th at 3 p.m. It's this Sunday. I think that's the 26th. Oh, Inherited's here. Hi, Inherited. How are you doing today? Crystal says he needs to be on a low-dose aspirin regimen to prevent blood clots. And, I've been mentioning that to him. And I'm like, you need to call and ask them if they want you taking aspirin or anything. But I know he normally takes ibuprofen for his back. So I know like some of those you're really not supposed to mix together. Maybe that's why they didn't tell him to take aspirin. I don't know. But And then maybe they want to do the actual ultrasounds to make sure before doing it. I I don't know, but I've been telling him he needs to call because like today he got a call from a podiatrist for a referral, and like he's talking to them, and at first we thought, well, maybe that was to do with the wound care, and they were like, no, we don't deal with anything above the ankle. I was like, you need a call to see what's going on because maybe they made a boo boo and called, sent the referral to the wrong doctor or something. He said he's going to call tomorrow. And Teresa says, yeah, glad he's getting ultrasounds. That can be a big deal. Well, and thank y'all for the prayers for him. But yeah, but like, I don't like the idea of knowing that he more than likely has a blood clot in that leg. Yeah, okay, it is the 26th. And I did forget to mention that the 5 Yarnaholics, it will be on Stephanie's channel, Life in Stitches. So we're going to have a good time, probably get crazy. When do they schedule? You said Tuesday next week, Frank?
What?
Your ultrasound.
Tuesday next week, ultrasound.
Yeah, Tuesday of next week, they're going to do the ultrasound. Yay, Nadine's back. So how is physical therapy? Okay. So we're caught up on the comments. So you want to ask the next question, Karen?
Yes. What was the last TV show that you binge watched? There again, I'm bored. I don't watch that much TV. I watch YouTube on my TV a lot of the time. So when Mr. Knott comes in at night, we usually watch the ID channel with some murder mysteries, and that's about the extent of my TV watching. So
I've been binge watching Desperate Housewives.
okay.
And it's funny, like when that show was on, I never really watched it. But I think what it was too, a lot of times shows would play and I would be like working and stuff. So I never could really keep up with the shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that show was a big thing back in the day. Let me check it out and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
They got a lot of drama, that's for sure. And let's see. And Therese says, wanting to know, she's like, you all have sheep on your farm, right?
Oh, yes, we do.
And Chris says, yeah, I'd ask if he should be on blood thinners till then. Tuesday is too long to wait for a blood clot. Yeah, that's how I feel. But Frank likes to procrastinate. But don't tell him I said that. But he's bad for that. And I'm like, you need to call them. But then he'll say the same thing with me. There's a level where I do it too. I hope you have a good night, Isla. Teresa says, I don't watch TV much either, just YouTube and Hallmark movies. Love the Christmas movies. Yeah, I love me some Lifetime movies, which y'all should all know that now. By now. Crystal says, the last TV show I binge watched was 11/22/63. It is based on a Stephen King book. A guy goes back in time to try to stop the Kennedy assassination. That sounds interesting. Yeah, and that's one thing because the whole Kennedy thing. Oh, I got so many questions when it comes to that. What really happened?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they never have declassified what's happened on that day. And it's been 50 years.
Right.
Sounds like they're hiding something. I didn't say that, though.
Right.
Chris says, for a second, I thought the last TV show you watched was in 1963, Crystal. And Chris says, I'll watch TV stuff, but only if the series is out on DVD. And Inherited says she likes watching Ion channel on TV. Yeah, the channel my TV tends to be on the most is Lifetime. I love my Lifetime movies. But like I said, lately I've been watching Desperate Housewives on Hulu. Let's see. Okay. I'll go ahead and ask the next question. Who was your first celebrity crush? Mine was Sean Cassidy. And I was quite young. I was probably about like 4 years old. And I was in love with him. I had his posters, his t-shirts. And I even showed a picture of me in one of my videos where I was a little girl by my poster of Sean Cassidy. So how about you, Karen?
Davy Jones of the Monkees. Now that's going way back.
And Spring saying she watches YouTube and movies on Netflix. And Christina says my parents punished me by making me watch TV. Don't watch much TV now. That's an odd punishment. Normally parents will take the TV away. No more TV for you. And Crystal says, I have also been watching only Murders in the Building TV show with Steve Morton, Morton Short, and Selena Gomez. So what is that about, Crystal? And like what channel or app it's on? Teresa says mine was Sean Cassidy too. You can't have my Sean Cassidy. And I'm 54, much older than you. Crystal says my first crush was Michael J. Fox. Yeah, he was a big thing back in the day with Family Ties. I miss those shows like Family Ties, Growing Pains, Who's the Boss. It was like, you would come home from school, do your homework, and you were all excited to watch those shows. Yeah, and it's like now there's not as much to look forward to on TV like there used to be. Oh, but Grey's Anatomy is coming back, I think September 30th. So I'm ready for that. I love me some Grey's. Who else loves Grey's Anatomy? Do you, Karen?
I watched it for the first several seasons, and then I guess I got busy and didn't, and I just hadn't ever, went back and caught up and watched it.
Yeah, I mean, it was better, like, early on, because now they've lost most of the original characters. I mean, like, Meredith is the only intern left. And other than that, I think it's basically Richard and Miranda that are left with the original cast.
Well.
And Christina says, if I do it, it is BritBox or the Doctor Who channel on Pluto. Yeah. I love hearing about theories. They fascinate me. They really do. And Nadine said, I answered your question about therapy. It was long and hard. I am laying on ice right now. I hope the soreness wears off soon, Nadine. Okay, Crystal says someone gets the axe in their building and they are investigating who really did it because the cops say it was suicide. It's on Hulu. I may have to check that out. Nadine likes her some Grays. Yeah, and Crystal's a Doctor Who fan too. And Spring says, I think my first crush was Bo Brady when that character first started on Days of Our Lives. And at first when I'm seeing Bo Brady, I'm like, Bo Brady. The only Bo Brady I can think of is from Days of Our Lives. But that's who you're referring to. And that's one thing. Were any of y'all ever into watching soap operas? Like, I always like the CBS soaps. I mostly watch Guiding Light, The Young and the Restless, and The Bold and the Beautiful. And I did watch As the World Turns some, but I didn't. I never was as into As the World Turns. How about you, Karen?
I used to watch As the World Turns and Days of Our Lives. I think those were the two I watched most.
And it's funny. They used to have so many soap operas, and now there's hardly any left.
Yeah.
Oh, Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda. How are you doing today? Oh, I hope you have a good night, Christina. Nadine says, I love soap operas. I miss Crystal and Alexis in Dallas. Oh, yeah, remember the whole Who Shot J. Orr thing from Dallas? Or the season of Dallas, that was a dream.
Yeah.
That was how they were able to bring back Bobby.
Mm.
And like here you are thinking like they would find some really creative way to do it. And no, it was all a dream.
Yeah.
Teresa says Days of Our Lives in General Hospital with her mom. Oh. Yeah, I think we're fixing to wrap things up. Is there anything you would like to say before we say our goodbyes, Karen?
Well, I just appreciate you having me here. I hate that that I don't know anything about StreamYard. It had the problems, but I enjoyed being here with you.
It's all good, Karen. I mean, and you never know because I mean everyone has their issues, with StreamYard because like the time that I invited Daniel with Paul Fly Guys, it's like first when we were first supposed to go live, my internet was down like all day.
Oh no.
So wasn't able to do it. And then when we were, then I kept having trouble with StreamYard. And like I was almost at the point where it was kind of like, okay, I guess this isn't happening today. And then finally like the reboot worked and everything was good. So with streaming, you never know. But I want to
Yeah.
thank you for coming live with me. And
Well,
like I was telling everyone earlier, I will be doing a video just on everyone's pets. So if you want your pet pictures included on the video, either email them to me or send them on the post in my group that I have that talks about it. And then I'm also going to start doing once a month where I do a video for my Yarny friends' finished projects. I'm going to start doing it that way. So you can either email me your finished projects to be on that video, or I'm going to make a post in my Facebook group just for that, which I'm going to do that after I finish this live. So y'all can post there too. And let's see, tomorrow it's going to be Shout Out Thursday. So if y'all have any channels that you want to recommend for being shouted out or anything, let me know that before I do my video tomorrow. And oh yes, Saturday the 25th on my live at 1 p.m. I'm going to be doing a day of games. So do some Wheel of Fortune puzzles, might do a few random picks. I'll be giving away my patterns. Now, if anybody would be interested in donating any small prizes, like maybe like their patterns or stitch markers, just let me know and we can arrange something. And then on the 26th Sunday at 3 p.m., the Yarnaholics will be going live on Stephanie's channel, Life in Stitches. So I hope everyone can make those lives. And I think that covers everything. So I hope everyone has a fabulous Yarny night and a fabulous Yarny tomorrow. Be the light and bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Connie.
You're welcome.